All right. I'm so happy you're here. I know I missed you guys last week, and it should never happen again. I literally just had no anything. It's kind of a reality check. Like, I couldn't even send a text message, really. Some went through. It's the weirdest thing. But it sounds like you guys had an awesome call. And I just want to start this off by saying there are a ton of like trainings and all the things going on right now. And I don't want you to feel overwhelmed. So we have our team calls, we have the Slay Squad, we have in Body Basics. They're doing like a top partner week where every single day a top partner is going live, and they're shorter, but they're actually like there's so many good things, and you're like, I just want to listen to them all. We even have our podcast that we are like our go-to. But I want you to take a minute and just like set your priorities. It's like, okay, I'm not going to be able to listen to them all right away. Maybe you can spread them out or try to listen to them when you're like in the kitchen cooking dinner. Like, really shift it, but don't feel stressed if you can't listen to them all right away. You're going to take in the content you need to. And the most important thing is to take action, not necessarily taking in everything and not taking action, which if I take in everything, like my whole day is spent catching up on things, I can guarantee you didn't take any action. So with that, Kareen listened to while she was doing other things. Awesome. Yeah, I did listen to one today that I wanted to while I played. So driving, cooking, yep, all the things. So with that, I wanted to kind of check in and see how you guys are feeling, how this month is going. I know we're already over halfway through and it's flying by. Does anyone have any like help needed, any questions or thoughts that we can kind of talk through as a group that would be beneficial?
Just something like to kind of like comment about. When I've been like kind of like planning my week every Sunday and such, I'm now getting up at like 4:45 in the morning and pushing play by like no later than 5:10, and then getting like anywhere from like a half an hour to roughly an hour and a half of like work done in the morning before like I even head out the door for work. And it's funny because I posted in my stories yesterday, and if you would have told me 2 years ago I would be where I am now, I would have literally laughed in your face, because at that time I couldn't even get out of bed by 6:30 in the morning. Like, I couldn't do it. It didn't matter what time I went to bed the night before, I couldn't do it. So it's basically like I can just tell like that I've had like a major mindset shift. And not only like does like basically telling yourself like positive affirmations like when you're in the workout and you just like want to drop dead because your like legs are so on fire that you don't know how you're still standing. And it's like just telling yourself that you can do it. It's not doesn't just push you through the workout, it pushes you like through your life. And so for me, it's like I might be exhausted as shit when I'm up, but I'm up and I'm putting in the work. And it's just nice to be able to have that shift from, instead of like having to do stuff in the evening, doing stuff in the morning, so that I'm more productive and I'm not interrupted 5 million times by my kids. And so it's nice because over the last probably like 2 or 3 weeks, I've been kind of shifting my work hours every week just to change it up. That way I don't get like burnt out and bored with the exact same like time frames every single week, because that's how I was getting. So that's what I've been doing, is changing it up, like just like maybe by an hour or so every week, just like switching it up just a little bit. And that's how I've been able to like get up this week earlier to get stuff done. So who knows what hours will be next week, but I just think it's interesting how shifting everything around, it's like making me look forward to getting up and seeing what all I can get accomplished because of changing it up every week. So yeah, I just thought I'd add that. So for me, it's like just trying to make sure that I'm willing to talk to people first thing in the morning or like engage with people and not just like want to fall asleep on the couch. But it's working so far.
Awesome. I'm glad you're making that shift. The mornings are really important to me as well because it's like I'm not interrupted with a million thoughts. And I really do recommend if you struggle with invites or whatever task you struggle with getting done, do it first thing. And I say that because I need to shift that task for me. And then it's done. You can't put it off. You're not going to go to bed and be like, crap, I should have done it. And it's really helpful.
So sorry to interrupt, but I'm doing a Moira's Rise Up course. And in that course, it says like whatever like laser focus items that you need to do, you should do within like the first hour or two of you waking up, because that's when you're more than likely going to get it done versus putting it off to the end of the day. So this course has helped me tremendously, and Abby, that's kind of what I want to talk to you about on Thursday's call, but it's really shifting your mind to like making sure that you have big, like your vision, you have big goals, and you're looking at those goals like every single day and putting them into action, because you're not going to achieve your goals by just reading them. You actually have to implement all the actions that go along with it. It's a really cool course if anyone's ever interested in the future.
I'm glad you're sharing pieces of it with us. I like her, and I feel like she's very straightforward but motivating, if that's right, the right way to put it.
Yeah, and she's in the group that it's a small group. I think there's only like 15 of us in this course, and there's a Facebook group, and she's like very interactive with us in that group. And we have like homework assignments every single day. Like you have to watch the videos and do homework assignments and then post on there. So you're kind of stepping out. For me, I'm stepping out of my comfort zone because I don't even share some things with you guys, about like my goals and vision and stuff like that. But like, this is forcing me to kind of step out of that zone and like get what I want out there more. So it's pretty cool.
Can you type the name of the course in the chat for us? And then, yeah, if you have like little trainings or anything that comes up, just let us know if you want to share anything on our calls.
So there's a Q&A tonight. She was supposed to do it at 7:30. She goes live in it in the Facebook group like 3 times during this whole course. And I can ask to see if we have access to this after the course. I'm assuming we would. But we can probably share some clips on like a team call or whatever if we wanted to. Like, how we can share and you guys can see the video. We can do that if you guys want to sometime.
Awesome. I think that would be really helpful because I know she does awesome things, and I'm sure everything she says is is something that will be able to be implemented into our business if we take the action. Yay, I'm excited for that. Okay. Yeah, if it's going to stay up, let us know and we can do that even next week. Okay. Awesome. Thank you guys for sharing. I don't like feeling like I'm talking the whole time. So let's dive in. I know we're normally going to talk about the Slay Squad call if it's appropriate, and kind of our main takeaways, our actions we want to take, our whatever we want to do. Thank you, Ashley. Whatever we want to do that week to implement into our business. And I know your head's probably spinning. There's a million things to do. And I guess what I challenge you to do, which I think is something we heard on the Slay Squad call, is stick to something for 90 days. And I really challenge you guys to do that. So whatever like action or thing you're implementing, stick to it, because it's not going to change overnight. If you share your accountability group, people, however many people are watching your story, you have to keep sharing every single day and be consistent. And that's our job. And I challenge you guys to keep these actions going that you're talking about for 90 days, at least 30 days. Like literally don't give up if you get no interaction on day one. That's not how people work. They're watching, but they're not going to say anything to you unless they've been watching for a while. They might. So I know all the calls might be like jumbling together in your head, but does anyone have an action that they want to take from this call or something that really stuck to them that would be beneficial for the group?
I don't know if it necessarily mean like beneficial, but it's something that I found like for some reason it takes like 5 million times for somebody to say something for it to finally like click in my brain. But of course, where'd the paper go that I wrote it on? Hold on. It's amongst my 5 million here. I was listening to it at work today because I was uber bored. And I'm a procrastinator and totally forgot to listen. But she went back to the old school and she said, write your name down and then like do the lines. And I'm not gonna lie, like when it comes down to, you're like, okay, like share stuff over and over and over again because it takes people, hearing it or seeing it or whatever multiple times. Right here. So that being said, she says, what are your favorite things to post about depending on the season of the year? So it's not always your season of the year. It's like depending on your season of life as well. So it really never dawned on me. Like I'm always thinking, oh, season of life. Well, what season of life are you in? But it's like I'm not going to attract the same people now that I was trying to attract a year and a half ago when I started. And I'm also not going to be attracting the same people right now when people are out, riding bikes near the lake or, taking their dogs out for a walk that you're going to do in the middle of winter when you're dressed like the Michelin Man and trying to like not fall on your butt on the ice trying to walk your dog. Like it's just not going to jive very well. And it never really dawned on me until today that it's like, oh, like season of the year, duh, goes along with season of life, which makes sense. So I didn't get a chance to finish it. I kind of got like one thing written on it, but there's one. We're making progress.
You can go back and do it. Yeah. It's
right,
there.
exactly. Which is why I wrote it down because I'm going to take time out and I'm actually going to figure out like depending on the season of the year and everything, like what are my favorite things to do? Because there's times where I'm like, okay, like I'm always, yes, like I, talk about my kids and stuff all the time, but I'm like, I guess I show things, but I don't realize like people see things through the picture and stuff like that, which like, I don't always necessarily feel like that happens, even though it does, if that makes sense. But yeah, so I'm just like hoping maybe to like, if I can see it visually on a piece of paper, it's going to help me more than just hearing it, which is I like when like in the trainings and stuff they have us like physically do it ourselves and not just like write notes down because then that helps me like implement things better. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I don't know if that helps at all, but that's what I took from it.
I think that is helpful, and I think a huge takeaway is at least I was getting caught up in the whole niche thing of like, who are my people, and it was like I have to share this. Because some of the coaches or partners are super successful with sharing literally one topic, one everything. And I'm like, oh, how would I ever narrow that down? How do I do this? And then it was kind of like a back to reality that you are, what did she say? You are a, did I not write it?
She said something about how like I think she said she has a few people on her team or a few people she knows, something like that, that literally every single day they like post or like do reels about like recipes and food.
Yeah.
She's like, that would drive me bananas.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's like, she goes, like, if you are successful doing that, more power to you. She goes, but that would drive me insane.
Yes. And you have to enjoy what you're posting. And I think it's just a nice perspective of like, you don't have to be in a box. You can talk to your season of life people, your season of the year. But in the end, you want to be talking to someone and not no one. Because if you're talking at a high level to everybody, you're talking to no one. So I think it's really key just knowing you don't have to be so specific that you're like boring yourself, but you don't have to also like, you can't be too broad, if that makes sense. It's like a fine balance. And sorry. And then I was going to, we have a new partner on the call. I'll introduce her once we finish this conversation, but she just joined, so I got excited. But yeah, I want you guys to really think about your niche, and in this season of life, maybe it's your 90 days. Who are you talking to? Act like you're sitting down and having coffee with them or whatever, and talk to them, because that's what's going to relate to your people. That's how you're going to find people. So niche is huge in that call. Did anyone have any like niche takeaways, or was that kind of, were you guys struggling with that as well, of figuring out who you're talking to and thinking you had to be in a little bucket?
What I was gonna say,
multidimensional. Sorry, I just remembered. Go ahead.
what I was gonna say is not about the niche, but I liked how she just talked about like being real, and like, you know, she shared a video of her gardening, and her like caption on that was talking about how, you know, she's sober, and how she like had never imagined her life of where it is now with 2 kids and pregnant. And I thought that was interesting because like I feel like we like Abby, you did one that was, you've been doing a lot of good ones. Like today, I think you just posted something about, oh, there's laundry to be done and there's this to be done, but you know what, we're at the pool during nap time or something. I was like, see, like that's just real content. It doesn't need to be forced. It doesn't need to be planned. And then the other thing was like, I feel like maybe we don't, I struggled with this yesterday. I was like, I have nothing to post about. So she did talk about like trying to like have a schedule of like what content you're going to post about. I might be getting that confused with maybe the Holly Hillier one. I can't remember because that one was very interesting too. But I just like how she just said like set up your phone, videotape you doing like normal things, and then put an interesting caption on it, because I feel like that is what draws people to you. You don't have to like be in a sweaty selfie or like be working out. Like literally you could be like playing with your kids. Or she like posted a video of like her kids camping, and she was like, oh, stay tuned for more camping tips. And she's like, I haven't posted any more camping tips, but like she got like a ton of views and comments on that. So I thought that was interesting, and I was like, oh, that makes it way more simple. We don't have to do these crazy elaborate reels. We literally can make it like, I don't know, like the other day I videotaped myself in my car. This isn't like me being real, but I was like just sitting there thinking, because I was like so close to having a meltdown, and I was like, that I'm going to talk about like being overstimulated as a mom, because that's real. And so I haven't posted it yet, but I'm working on that. But things like that, I feel like more people are drawn to and can relate to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think she mentioned like have some business stuff, but then have the real life stuff. Like you're saying, it's like you want people to understand who you are, and maybe that's showing up in your stories if you are the one posting something more consistently on your page. But yeah, it's like she said, like connection before talking to them happens like on your stories and in your posts. And that's kind of what Corinne was talking about, having that connection where they watch your reel and they're like, oh yes, I can relate to that. Like, what do you watch on Instagram that you're like, yes, oh, I'm gonna go check out all their stuff. Oh, follow. Oh, this is really good. Oh, I'm gonna copy this. Like, you know, you have those people. So what are they posting about? And how can you then use that to find your people? And I thought that was really cool, because we do stress about what to post, and we're like, I don't know, we get nervous, and it's never going to be perfect. And I would say tip number 1, give yourself a time limit. If you're taking forever to write a post, like an hour, give yourself 10 minutes, whatever it's at, that's what it is. Don't second guess yourself. Also, I always just take videos of my day and that's what I plug into my reel. I don't make a new video really. I mean, I might have an idea in my head and like do it while I'm working out or like whatever, but it shouldn't be something that takes you hours and hours of your time. But I think it's cool to really just think through like what does excite you, what gets you wanting to watch, and post that. People have to know that they can join you as well. That was a huge thing. So we can't post all fun and games and just real life. We need to have call to actions of being like, oh, I'm here to serve you. I'm here to give this tool to you. I can help you. And if people can go to your page and they don't know that, that's a problem as well. They could love your videos, but like, if they don't know you have anything to offer them, that is kind of sad. So I hope you guys can kind of take your own inventory on your posts and figure out what makes most sense for you. Anyone else?
I feel like I've been all over the place as always, but I'm actually, just with everything that I've been listening to and taking in and ideas I'm getting and everything, I think I am trying to get more niche down and like focus on posting more of similar content every day rather than being so sporadic, because I've tried that. I've tried that since day one and it's not working too well for me. So I just kind of want to switch it up and see like, okay, I'll try this 60, 90, however many days, see what kind of results come from it, if it's worth it, if I enjoy it, whatever. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. But I do like the idea of like keeping it kind of similar because it takes the guesswork out of what you're posting every day and it gives you more creativity for your stories, which that's where I feel like you need it more anyways, because that's truly where people are getting to know you. So that's kind of what I've been focusing on. And also whoever was saying this about content, oh, Abby, when she was like 10 minutes, cap yourself and like just move on if it's not good or if you're not feeling it, you know. That's something I've been working on too, is like when I'm feeling creative and have a million ideas about for reels or something, then it's like, okay, this is my time. I'm going to take an hour or two and like just batch all these reels or write posts or captions and all of this. And that's been super helpful because I hit that high of like, oh, I'm feeling super creative right now. Let's knock this out. And then I'm not stuck later in the week when I'm like, I'm dead. I have no idea what to post. I have no energy. I don't want to write this. So that saves me as well. But I've just been focusing a lot on like content and quality of content and trying new things to like grow my following, grow connection, grow engagement, stuff like that. So niching down in different ways.
Awesome. And I like that you experiment and try different things because it's like, it's hard, but you're finding yourself in it. And I think that's really cool. So don't be afraid to try new things, but also do try to stick to things and give it a chance to work. Oh, I had one more thought on what you just said, but I can't think of it. Anyway, anyone else? We have two more things that are really cool that we wanted to share with you that might help with this whole creating content niche thing. So if no one has any other thoughts or comments, we are going to jump in and show you this tool. I'm reading my notes right now to make sure. The only other thing I wrote about this call is she said, have confidence. So act like you're already showing up as the person that already reached her big goals. So whatever your big goal is, pretend you're already there, show up with that confidence and you're going to get so far. And I truly believe in that. All right. So we're going to jump in and then I think we're going to have extra time to do like a little 10-minute working session if everyone wants to stay on. So Holly Hilliard did a podcast and it was about AI. I always think AI should be standing for something else, but artificial intelligence, wait, is that right? Okay, you want to know something? Okay, side note, I have to say this because it freaks me out every time. when I think of this, I think of like, I'm not even gonna say it, something related to animals and cows. It doesn't even make sense in my brain. But okay, so we have cows in Texas, and you want to reproduce cows, and it's artificial insemination. And I'm like, that's not right, but it's like the same. It just like goes in my head. I'm like, what? Okay. But anyway, here we go. So I'm going to show you one, and then Tiffany's going to show you the other. Yeah, that is my brain. Don't. Oh my. Okay, let me share my screen. So backstory, I will share this podcast, but when I post the recording of the Zoom, but she basically goes through a really cool hands-on detailed version of how to use these two platforms to basically get content without feeling like you're struggling to like get your words out. It can really help you. So I'm going to share my screen and then talk a little, and then I'll let Tiffany share the other one. They're very similar. But they're both very cool, and it's very eye-opening to like realize this is a thing in the day and age we're in, at least for me. So can you guys see my screen? Ooh, yep. Hold on. Okay. So Google Bard up here, sorry, all my tabs, but you can literally make a free account. I signed in with my Gmail, and basically how it works is you can type any prompt in here and it will literally write something out for you. It can write out a post. Like I was testing out different things for like, I'm trying to figure out what freebie I want to offer people. Like I did 5 habits for postpartum moms to feel healthy and fit. Like you can literally type anything. And what's really cool is you can share like, hold on, we're going to do it real time. Instagram. So you literally just type like you're talking to whatever. Instagram post about, okay, to encourage postpartum moms to find time. Okay. So if you have your basic focus of what you want it to be, it's going to give you a little something. And this one, it focuses on self-care. You can grab points of this and use it as a post. You can also say, okay, add more like you can say like add more humor or be funnier. Let's see if it does. So then it literally added, or just sit in the tub and cry for a while. Like you can literally ask it and change it however you want. And it just gets your brain going to like basically use parts of it, edit it. And I think over time it starts to like get a feel for like what you like to talk about and how you would say things and is better fit with you. So this is Google Bard, and you literally just sign up for an account. It's connected to your email and you type in, it's the most simple thing ever. Tiffany, do you want to share the other one and any other fun facts that you've learned? Can you share without me doing anything?
Yeah, I guess I can. I will figure this out. I've never done this before. Let's see. Can you see
Yes.
that? Okay. Okay. Yes, this is so cool. This is literally life-changing for me. So I love this. So this is Chat GPT. This is the other one. This is like a less updated version. Google Bard is like, it encompasses everything. It knows everything. And it's like up to date. This one I think was like 20, went to 2015 or something. I can't remember. But so yeah, you go try ChatGPT, it takes you over here and you click ChatGPT. Once again, you just set up an account. Let me move this. There we go. Well, we'll see. There we go. Okay, so like here, you can see some of the things that I have searched already, but it's the same type deal. You're just typing literally what you need. So here, I was like, I'm looking for 30 hashtags for an Instagram post relating to motherhood, mom life, loving my kids, having 2 littles, 2, blah, 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 blah. So, and then it just like pops up all of these hashtags. So perfect for the end of my post. Or like this one was like, I'm looking for 7 yummy nutrient-dense, gluten-free dessert recipes that are easy and simple to make. Some can be no-bake, preferably with protein powder. So there you go. It like pops. Sorry, this needs to move. There's like all of these that you just have. So it's been incredible. So I went over to Bard as well, which I don't know. Abby's already touched on this, but this one. So the process that Holly takes you through of how to like train the AI on who you are, like what you're looking for, that kind of thing. Your niche basically. So like she says, which I can send a copy of this too, but just like how to train it. So like you can say, in a minute, I'm going to ask you to write some Instagram posts or whatever for my business. Before we begin, I want you to fully understand my business and my customers. Ask me at least 20 questions about my business, clients, audience, and anything you need in order to complete the task to the best of your ability. And so then it comes back and it asks you all these questions. And this was like crazy because I did this earlier and I like sat there forever and I was like, wow, this is incredible because I'm thinking real time about, okay, here's all my questions. What are their pain points? What are their goals? What tone of voice do you want? Like, what are your marketing goals? Whatever. There's like all these questions. So you type it all out. So as you can see, I typed a whole crap ton and it shot back like this basic outline and everything and like some hashtags. There's all these ideas, but scroll down because I was then like, okay, so using this information, write 3 Instagram posts with 30 hashtags about focusing on health, fitness, mindset, how it has an overall better, more patient, present, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so it like comes up, it tells you what image to put, gives you captions, gives you hashtags. And then I went through and I was like, yeah, make this more informative, make this more funny, make this more like storytelling. And so it did all of this. It was so cool. And so I know it does it on ChatGPT too, but I just had the example on Bard. So it's awesome. It is life-changing. It gives you so many, it just like, you can type in anything you want and it just like gives you these ideas. So I was thinking this was going to be super complicated when I first heard about it. And I was like, oh, that's going to be something I'm going to push back and not do. But I did it and it was like so simple. Sorry, I'm sharing, but it was so simple. And it was just like playing around with it and seeing everything it just came back with. You can tell it like, create a content plan for me for the next 7 days or for the month. Say like first week, I'm going to focus on inviting to this group. Second week, I'm focusing on whatever. I can't think right now. Sharing recipes. Third week, coaching opportunity. Like you can tell it those things and it will just pop this thing out for you. And here's you this perfectly made calendar of what to post. So basically, and it helps you like figure out your niche and everything too. So highly recommend, highly, highly, highly. And it will save you when you don't know what to post or need some direction and whatever marketing strategy.
Thank you. I love when you share things. You're very excited and I love it. And yes, how I completely forgot Holly walked through that. And I think that's really helpful. So they get like a better understanding of what you're actually doing. So now you have a tool that's super simple that you can use for free that could help you. Do you want us to share like the names of the platforms? Is that what you mean? Okay, sure. And then we can post them under the recording as well when I upload it. But they are super simple, and yeah. How do you guys feel about all this? Excited? Now that you actually saw it? When you listen to the podcast, now that you saw it first and then you listen to the podcast, it'll be much better than listening to the podcast and being like, yeah, I'll do that one day. So, all right, it is 8:37. Does anyone want to hang out for 10 minutes and do like a little power hour? Okay. I need to go back. So I'm personally going back to my new connections that I did not. Oh, wait, before we do this. Yes, thank you. Priscilla, are you able to talk or go off mute right now? Let's see. I think she might be driving. If not, I'm going to give an introduction and then you all can watch it. Okay, so Priscilla is a new partner with us. She actually just got started. See you later. We just got started with, she got started with her Total Solution Pack. And then within 30 days was like, you know what, I'm going to do this. I'm going to get a discount on my products and try to share this opportunity. Her husband is currently deployed, military, 2 kids. She's actually traveled to visit family across the country. So she's in California right now. And she's been out of her routine, and she still was like, I'm going to do this for me. I'm going to show up. And I'm just excited to have her because I know that what we do also helps us. We are helping ourselves in this business, and then we get to share with others. So I'm glad that she joined, and you all can say welcome, and hopefully she can hear us. And if not, I'll let her know and she can listen to the replay. But the momentum is building, and I feel like a bunch of us are hopefully recruiting new partners, and we're going to have new faces on these calls and have the new energy and just new ideas and all that good stuff. And I think that's really powerful as we all start growing our businesses. So yes, with that, we can jump into our little 10. Oh, hold on. Let me see. I just got a text. Let me see if we can, she is driving. Hold on. Let's see. Let's see if we can. All right, I'm trying to ask to unmute you, Priscilla. I don't know if it's working or if you can unmute yourself. Oh, no, she's gone. Okay. Well, if she jumps back on, we'll let her talk. What I was saying is I'm going to reach out to my new people I followed and just start chatting with them, start a new conversation, show them some love, all that good stuff. I followed people a little bit ago, and then my goal is to do 10 invites. So that's what I'm doing. I don't know what part of the checker you need to do, but dig on in and do it.
I'm gonna hop off, ladies. Have a good night.
You too. See ya. Good night, little one.
Okay, I'm hopping off. My kids are screaming upstairs, so. Yeah.
I'm off too. Have a good night, guys. See you later.